Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is doing fine today. If you're new to my channel, please don't hesitate to go through my contents, get to know me, get to know my contents. There are lots of contents for you to enjoy, and I usually post every Friday and every Sundays unfailingly. Today I'm going to be talking about something that might seem so small but can have a huge impact on your life. The power of small habits. You know, those everyday little actions that we tend to overlook, they can be the secret to achieving big results. So if you've ever wondered how small habits could change your life, stick around because I'm going to be breaking it all down for you guys. Firstly, why does small step matters? We often think that to make such a big change in our life, we have to do something drastic or something big as well. But in reality, it's those tiny consistent steps that compound together to actually give you that result you're looking for, or that achievement, or having such a huge impact on your life. Let's take for example a plane. When a plane is taking off and is trying to change a direction to just a few degrees, you don't really see any significant impact or see any changes. But with time, consistently, that plane will get to an entirely different destination. You can't really see it, you can't feel it, but eventually the plane will definitely get to that direction. That is how small habit works. Every day, that is why I say it might seem so small. It is called small habits for a reason. Sometimes we often overlook it because it might seem insignificant, but that is where our power actually lies, because small steps are very important. I'm going to share a picture I got on X to show you why small steps actually matter. It is really risky and dangerous to just from 1 to go to 100. It doesn't work that way. If you do that, you will find yourself coming back to 1 if you skip from 1 to 100 just like that. In most cases, yes, of course, there will be rare instances where if you're up to the task, you'll come out of it at the end of the day. But most times, if you're just going from 1 to 100, you find out that you end up going back to 1. Let me give another example. Your partner or you could be complaining that one person is always making the other person late. I want to assure you that you will not just start getting early to your appointment in a day. It doesn't work that way. Every day, little changes. Maybe you start by setting alarm, setting alarm when it's time, or like time for you to start getting ready, or you set alarm for when you want to get ready. So when you hear the alarm, even if you've forgotten, like, they are just little steps. No one becomes a master overnight. No one learns or achieves something overnight. Small steps matter, not even just in life, like in anything of significance. You really need the small steps, because when you want to make a drastic decision, to take such a big step is so many people don't have so much confidence. There's so many reasons as to why so many people would refuse to take big steps. But if you're able to go with small steps, it makes things easier for you. And the picture I said I was going to insert will give a better illustration than my explanation. Now, these principles are the same that we have to apply in our lives. For example, drinking a glass of water when you wake up, maybe exercising every day for 10 minutes, or reading every day for 10 minutes. As little as they can be, guys, they would shift you to a different place entirely. That is, if you're working or if you're consistent with the small steps. It's not just about having small steps, it's you being consistent, because the small steps plus the consistency, that is what compounds together to actually give you that big achievement you're looking for. Now, how do we start building small habits? The first would be start small. Anything you want to do, start small. Let's say it has to be something that is so easy and simple that you can't say no to. You know that in as much as you're lazy, tired, busy, it should be something that you can't say no to. It should be easy to do. Let's say, for example, like the drinking a glass of water every morning when you wake up, like I said, exercising 10 minutes every day. It should be something that you can actually do, regardless of the circumstance, you can do it. So it is really important to start small. Everything, that is why it is called small habits. Starting small is really paramount to your growth and in helping you. The next would be attaching it to an existing habit. I spoke about I gave an example using my exercise last week. In case you've not watched the video, I would say I check and balance my life, and I came to a point where exercise was needed. And then I said exercise, and I told myself this is something that I have never done in my life, so let me just start with 10 minutes. My goal was 30-40 minutes, but let me start with 10 minutes. At least I know for a fact that there's nothing that can stop me from doing 10 minutes exercise 4 or 5 times every day. So I started with a 10 minutes exercise. I gradually worked my way to 20 minutes, and now I'm currently on 40 minutes. And guys, I kid you not, for the first time in my life, my entire existence, I could see ab lines. And I didn't start the exercise for ab lines. To be very honest, I did start the exercise for ab lines, but gradually doing it consistently. I started in the month of June, and we're in the month of September, like second week of September. And because I've been able to choose that 10 minutes, I was able to do that 10 minutes, I think, for the whole of June, if I'm not mistaken. So after a while, it just got so used to me. Now I'm coming back to attaching it to an already existing idea. What helped me to continue being consistent in the exercise is I attached it to taking my bath. If I take my bath, I can exercise. And if I don't exercise that day, it means I have failed. Not fail, but like I should have done. Yeah, I failed. I failed actually, So I already attached it to that if I'm tempted to shower for any reason, I'm lazy, I'll be tempted that even if it's just 10 minutes, even if it's 15 minutes, even if I don't do that 40 minutes, if I need to shower on time, or if I need to shower on a time that is not my regular time for shower, then I would make sure that I incorporate, even if it's just 10 minutes, even if it's just stretch my body, So that has really helped me. So that is what I mean by attaching it to an already existing habit. It will help you and make things easy for you. There are some people that while brushing their teeth, they could be stretching their body when they wake up in the morning. You're killing two birds with one stone, and they are both so small that you don't really have to think so much about, or you have to use so much energy or power. The next will be track your progress. Guys, I kid you not, the first day I was able to see noticeable ab lines. Guys, that gave me a motivation that was even double the motivation I already had, because like I said, for the first time, I could see a difference. I could see my body changing. I wasn't only feeling the change, I could actually see it in the physical now. So it gives you more motivation if you're able to track your progress. You see if you're doing well, if there's any change, if maybe the small habit you decide to pick is not working for you, or it's not helping you in the direction you need to go. It's just important to track your progress, because that way you're able to be in check, or when you've gone off the track a little bit, or just it's important to track your progress. The next would be celebrate small wins, no matter how little, even if it means you making it through that very busy day or very busy week that for a fact that is so exhausting, and you are able to do everything on your list, or every errand, every work, every assignment, every project you were able to do by that time. It calls for a celebration. When they say celebrate your win, it doesn't mean you have to do something extravagant. Just be grateful, give yourself a tap on the back, because it gives you more motivation, more encouragement to just keep going, So no matter how little, there are some weeks where I really don't feel like recording anything. So those weeks where I'm able to still make 2 videos every week, I am so happy. It makes me happy, and it just gives me motivation that I can do it. So yeah, that's the way I can explain it. That is why I love incorporating personal examples, so maybe you guys could have a better understanding. Now let's talk about examples of small habits that can actually change our lives. The first would be drinking water in the morning. If you're able to incorporate drinking water when you wake up in the morning. Drinking water helps with metabolism, and water in general helps our body in different ways. We all know that, but drinking water in the morning, the number one I know helps us with metabolism. And with time, guys, you're being nice to your body, you're feeding your body, you're giving your body life, and that is important and needed. So imagine that you're able to cultivate this habit and you've been able to do it for 2 years. There will be such a significant difference in your life. Another example could be reading 10 minutes every day, maybe before sleep, when you wake up, it doesn't matter. Maybe before you go to bed to read, or just any time within your day you can pick to read. For people who don't like reading, I am someone who cannot read. Not that I don't like reading, but I just cannot read when it doesn't have to do with school. I cannot read. So since I already know my problem, I go for audio and video versions of those things I want to learn. Guys, if you're able to make reading a habit, you'll be able to learn new things. Your mind will be exposed to so many knowledge, wisdom, that so many things. It's just important to read, learn. It broadens your knowledge. So because I know I can't read, I go for the video and audio version. So in as much as I watch Netflix, YouTube, Spotify, any other thing, I will incorporate it, that when instead of me watching movie, when I'm watching it, it just equals to me watching movie as well. But in that aspect, I'm actually studying or learning. And when they say read a book, it doesn't have to be a novel. There are so many books in every career path, every aspect of life, career. You want to venture into business, there's always a book, anything, materials for you to learn and gain more knowledge. So please incorporate it. 10 minutes every day. It's a habit that will really change your life, that no day should pass by that you've not learned a new information, something new. Guys, you will thank yourself for doing that. So yeah, just if you can't read like me, go for the audio and video versions. There's something for everyone right now on the internet. The next would be taking a 5-minute walk. I don't do this often, but this is also an important step, because the few times I get to do them, guys, when I go out, maybe in a park or just outside, you see that when I'm listening to music, I just start brainstorming, and for some weird reasons, I'm able to get ideas. Aside it helping my body, my physique, it actually helps me in the aspect of creating, thinking of ideas. Just it really helps. It does help. And try to make it more than 5 minutes if you can. And please, guys, when I say small steps, if you start by 10 minutes, don't make it that you remain in that 10 minutes after 1 month, after 2 months you're still in 10 minutes. No, you have to make sure that you're increasing as time is going, because there's so much that 10 minutes can do for you, like in a reading, for example. But that is why the small steps is very important. If you're able to make yourself get used to reading 10 minutes every day, with time, you'll be able to shift into 20 minutes, 25 minutes, 30 minutes. You've been able to finish a book in 1 week, 1 month. Like, it just all depends on you and your willingness. The next thing would be writing down 3 things you're grateful for. I'm not sure I'm the right candidate to speak about this, because I also have a problem journaling. Like, it just takes me so much to think of something and then having to write it. I prefer to just store everything in my head and in my brain. I'm not saying you should do that, but that just works for me. So it is important, however you want to write it, on your notes, on your journal, on a piece of paper, just try to write it. Write down 3 things that you're grateful for. Once more, gratitude takes you a long way. Gratitude changes your mindset, because if you're in the midst of you showing gratitude or being grateful, you are now exposed to some aspects that you actually enjoy, or things that have actually happened or worked for you that you didn't really deep it or take the time to really take it in or digest it in. So it is important to always write down things or remember things that you're grateful for. Small steps like that, guys. I know that everyone always says gratitude changes things, but guys, it is not just a saying, it is actually a principle. Gratitude actually changes things, and also your mindset as well. Gratitude actually plays a long role. The next would be stretching before bed. I try to do that, but not before bed. Like, especially since I say exercising, any chance I get, I'm cracking my hands, breaking my bones, and it is important. I don't know the reason why we need to stretch before and after exercise. I know just one reason, that to prevent body pain. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section. Let me know the reasons why. I haven't gotten to that part yet, but I know that it is important. So stretching 5 minutes every day is important. And then the last example of small habits that can change your life is meditation. When you wake up in the morning, I say in the morning instead of going to bed, because your brain is fresh, your brain has been recharged, it has gone to bed, your brain has gotten rest, it has recharged, like I say, and is on 100% in the morning. So when you wake up in the morning, instead of reaching out for your phone the first thing in the morning, however it is, if you pray, whatever it is you do, just take out time and just sit down in the stillness, in that quietness. Guys, you'll be mind blown at the places that your mind could take you, the kind of ideas that you could get. Just, it's really life-changing, and this is speaking from experience. That is something that I genuinely practice, and I also want to keep being consistent at it till the day we leave this planet, because it really makes a difference, guys. In the morning, when you just wake up, when you must have rested, and you just sit down quiet. And sitting down quiet, guys, doesn't mean being in your head thinking of what you need to do today. No, trying and calming, keeping like quiet your mind, quiet your brain. Just sit down and listen for fresh ideas, new ideas. It's really life-changing. Now that we've talked about the examples and why it matters, let's talk about the long-term benefits of small habits. Just like I say, they are small. In actuality, or in reality, they are actually small. But then, in as much as they are small, the consistency together with the smallness, like every day, or however it is, depending on what you choose to do. Your example might not be in what I've listed. It is fine. Just pick what works for you, because we all have different careers, we all have different paths to walk. So in some aspects, there are different things that might not matter to you and would matter to me. Just find that thing that will push you to where you want to be. It should be something that will change your life for the good, for the better. That thing that is helping you get to where you want to be. Yes. And small habits, because they are not difficult, it's so easy to pick up on them and stick to them. Imagine that you just have to wake up in the morning and drink a glass of water. It takes literally no time, energy, nothing out of you. It costs you nothing. So it's really easy to be able to keep up with it, because most times we are not able to keep up with things because they are difficult and tedious, or overwhelming. But because they are small, it helps you to be consistent and just easy to pick up and run with it. And yeah, small habits are easy, but with time, when they compound, they give you great results. Let's take a plant, for example. Let's say small habit is a seed. It's a seed that you grow. After growing that seed, you don't go to bed or you keep it moving, or you sit down waiting for the seed to germinate. You nurture the soil, you nurture the seed. There are so many things you do. When you're nurturing it, you're consistent, you're doing all these things. With time, you get whatever you've planted. If you planted a seed of mango, or a seed of let's say a seed of mango, for example, with time, after a number of years, it will become a huge mango tree. But it didn't start that way. It started with just a seed and watering it daily, consistently, and with time it becomes such a big tree. There are some trees you see today and it's just so massive, and it's so hard to believe that that was once something that was so tiny. So guys, that is the best way I could explain the power of small habits. It is really important, as small as it is. Small habits is what I call small but mighty. They are small, but those are the main things that will get you to where you want to go to. Not that big change or that drastic change you think is going to get you there. These small habits, because they are small and you're able to do them consistently, the consistency is also a big and huge important part as well. So please, in whatever you do, incorporate small habits. Look for, first, what are you into? What do you plan to do? Where are you going to? And then you can pick the small habits that fit into that lifestyle and how it can propel you into where you want to be. Then those are the habits that you should pick up, go after, and just go with what I have said so far. And it will definitely work for you if you try to do as I have said and you try to do things in the right way. And if you're learning, like reading, for example, if you're learning every day, guys, you would be, I promise you, in 1 year, you will not be able to you will not be able to compound all that you've learned so far, you know. And in as much as you've learned so far in that 1 year, you still haven't learned anything. So please start today. 10 minutes every day. If you can't read, go for audio, go for video, just study something. It will help you in the long run. All the things I've mentioned, small but mighty. So there you have it, guys. That's the power of small habits. It's all about starting small, staying consistent, and letting those tiny changes add up over time. So what small habits are you going to start today? Feel free, let me know in the comment section. I want to hear your ideas. And if this video resonates with you, please don't hesitate to hit the like button, hit the notification bell so you get a notification whenever I post. And thank you once more for joining me. But before we go, guys, let's get into our quote for this week. What's our quote for this week? A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a step. Let this sink in with you guys. And yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like this video if you haven't, share for us to keep the conversation going, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.